After a turgid, low-scoring game week where managers, like myself, have had horrible game weeks, I thought it'd be a good time to showcase some potential wildcard drafts that some of you could be using for your FPL teams to get you back on track. So stay tuned to the end and be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications so you don't miss any more FPL content from me, and if you find this video helpful. Now let's get into it. Now, one thing I want to stress before getting into this wildcard draft is that this week was a very low scoring game week. So your team didn't just fell off a cliff. Just the players that most people chose just didn't perform. And honestly, you probably don't have to use your wildcard this week. You should only use your wildcard if your players are, say, out of form, don't play, or are injured or suspended. So unless your players are any of those things, then you shouldn't be using your wildcard. So, but for those that need your wildcard, I feel like this is the video for you, so stay tuned. So this team that I've drafted up is, I would say, very good for the very long term. So players that will probably perform, have either got good fixtures or just really in form in FPL this season. So let's get right into it. So we got the goalkeepers. We have got Flecken and Areola. Flecken, you know, Brentford, I like them a lot. They've got great fixtures coming up, and they don't have Europe, so they won't be that much rotation. So feel like having at least 1 or 2 Brentford players is not a bad option at all. And with Flecken, 4.5 keeper starting, you can't go wrong in a decent team. I don't think you really go wrong there, and it's so hard to predict clean sheets. So yeah, just going with I'd say cheaper like goalkeepers, defenders is the thing to do, and then spend all the monies in your midfield and attack. And of course, we got Areola, 4 million keeper that starts and is doing relatively okay. It's getting a lot of save points. West Ham are doing well. Having Areola in your team is pretty much a no-brainer. Okay, next up we got the defenders, and we've got these defenders here. First off, we got Matty Cash. I just feel like Villa's fixtures are very nice with the next coming game weeks. Villa are a very decent side. I know they have Conference League, but you know, I don't feel like the rotation risk will be that high. And with Matty Cash, he has proven he can get a lot of points in FPL. So with him in the upcoming game week fixtures, I just feel like having Matty Cash is a very safe pick. And obviously, if you want to switch around any of these players, you are feel free to do so. I just feel like these players would be a good base for you to start off with your wildcard draft. And next up, we got 2 Newcastle defenders. Yes, 2 Newcastle defenders. Schär and Botman. The reason we got these 2 defenders is because I know Newcastle didn't start off the season well, but look at the fixtures coming up. It's so nice. It's only Arsenal away. Arsenal at home, I mean, that's tough. I mean, with the way Chelsea and Man United are performing right now, yeah, you really can't bet on them doing particularly well. So yeah, having Newcastle defenders is a very good shout. I'm looking at bringing in some Newcastle defenders myself. I know some of you will probably are interested in getting Trippier. That's not a bad option. I just feel like Trippier is a bit too expensive for my liking. So, but you know, if you have the money to afford Trippier, there is no harm in doing so. But yeah, I just feel like Schär and Botman, with the prices of 4.5 and 5, I feel like it's a very fair price for these defenders. And with the, like I said, with the upcoming game week fixtures, you should be having a lot of clean sheets with Newcastle defenders. We've got Udogie. I know the next 2 game weeks aren't particularly that easy, but he's very consistent. Tottenham are very good, and they've got no Champions League. So in the long term, they will be very good. Ange Postecoglou, very good manager. He is getting these players performing extremely well. And yeah, let's see how they do against, you know, Arsenal and Liverpool. That will be the real test to see how good they actually are. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And we've got Gusto, because I know Chelsea aren't the best, but Gusto is a 4.2 million defender. Reece James is not coming back within the next 2 or 3 game weeks, in my opinion. So having Gusto is a very safe option. If you need a price saver, he's the one to go for. The next 3 game week fixtures are pretty good as well. And obviously, if Reece James comes back, you have these other 4 defenders you could choose from. So it's not that much of a harm. Obviously, you could get like Kabori or something, but you know, do you really want a Luton defender? So yeah, those are the defenders. I feel like they're really good options. Now this is where the team gets juicy. We've got the midfielders. We've got Bukayo Saka. Why Bukayo Saka? Do I really need to explain why? He's Arsenal's best player. Arsenal are one of the best teams in the league, and he's on penalties. What more can you ask for? Honestly, yeah. Bukayo Saka, very good. I know there's some tough fixtures coming up, but you know, you can trust Arsenal more nowadays. They're not the Arsenal of like 5 years ago when they were Banter FC. That title belongs to Man United and Chelsea. So definitely Arsenal aren't the Banter FC, and you can have nothing wrong with Saka in your team. We've got Mbeumo, obviously. What more can I say? I know some of you are kicking yourself for not having this guy in your team in game week 1. You gotta love it, man. Mbeumo is so good. He's the striker for Brentford because Ivan Toney suspended, and he is on penalties. What more can you ask? I know as of late, he's not been doing so well. Actually, yeah, I take that back. He's only game week 5 where he's not done that well. But, you know, yeah, with a striker listed as a midfielder, it's basically a no-brainer in my opinion. And on penalties, no-brainer. We've got Diaby. Interesting. I like this guy. Very much considering to getting this guy in my team. Look at the fixtures again, like with Matty Cash, and he's been performing really well. I like the way he's looked. He's fitted in very well at Villa. Can't go wrong there. He's definitely a better option to say like Eze. I know James Ward-Prowse is very tempting as well, but which you could go with if you need to save a bit more money. But you know, I just feel like in the long run, Villa will be a much better team than West Ham, and yeah, Diaby will be a large part of that. And we've got Salah. Of course, we got Salah. I know these fixtures aren't the best, but after game week 8, it gets so good indeed. And Liverpool, they are super consistent right now, and Salah is the most consistent player in Liverpool. So yeah, basically all you need to know there. 12.5 is a very high price, but you know, like, it's Salah. He's so proven. He's proven it year after year. He is one of the best FPL assets out there. Yeah, now would be a very good time to get him. Now, between now and game week 9 is a very good time to get him in to your teams, if you don't have him already, of course. And of course, we got Maddison. I just feel like he's the most consistent Spurs player. No Europe for Spurs, and he's basically the player that makes Spurs tick. So there's nothing wrong there. He's on set pieces, could be on penalties at some point. Whether it's between him or Son, we'll soon find out. But you know, having Maddison is a very good player to have. I know some of you are tempted by Son. I just feel like with Son's ceiling, I feel like, is higher than Maddison's, but his floor is a lot lower than Maddison's. What I mean by that is Son has the potential to get super high points like he did against Burnley away in game week 4. Yep, game week 4. But with Maddison, I just feel like in FPL wise, he will perform more consistently. He'll get like the 1 assist, the 1 goals more often than Son. And yeah, I just feel like having him in your team will be a very good thing to have. And for the forwards, there's your team. We've got Cameron Archer. Mainly for price saving reasons is why we got Archer, because I feel like most of you will be using the 3-5-2 formation, or at least having a 2-striker formation. And saving on your 3rd striker is not the worst option. And obviously with Archer, 4.5 million for a starting striker is never a bad thing to have. So if, you know, if someone doesn't play, he can come in and, you know, he may get a goal or 2. And obviously he has scored, which I did have him on my bench against Everton at home. I'm very annoyed by that personally, but you know, it is what it is. You gotta play the odds, you know, and sometimes it doesn't go for you. But yeah, Archer is a great option to have. And we've got Erling Haaland. Do I really need to say why? Unless you're doing some kind of challenge of not having Erling Haaland in your FPL team, then I don't know what to say about you, because I'm pretty sure all of you watching have Erling Haaland in your team. So yeah, obviously plays all the time, avoids Pep Roulette, and yeah, basically a scoring machine. So not much more to say about that. And finally, we have Alvarez. You know, I was very wary about this guy because I didn't think he would get the minutes that he's been getting, but you know, he's been getting the minutes that he's been getting. So Definitely more confident about him going forward, getting the minutes. I know Champions League is starting, so there may be some slight rotation risks. So if you're worried about that, then you can go with someone else. Like, you know, if Watkins, if you have the money to do so, you know, if you still believe in Nicholas Jackson, I don't believe in him, then you can go with him. But yeah, Alvarez, you know, Guardiola's been playing the 2-striker formation with him and Haaland, and they've been performing well, so I just don't see a reason why he should be dropped. So yeah, that's the team. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Let me know if you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications so you don't miss any more FPL content from me, and be sure to drop me a follow on the socials as well. The links are down below in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. Until the next video, see ya!